Good morning, my dearest students. So, welcome to a new English lesson. So, today we are going to start out a new lesson on your writing practice book. The lesson is on letter I. Okay, we are going to do so many activities based on letter I. We are going to identify letter I first, and we are going to find out how to write I, okay, the capital I and the simple letter I neatly. And also we are going to learn so many new words starting with letter I, and at the very end we are going to do all the activities given in your writing practice book based on letter I. So children, let's start out today's lesson. At the very beginning, we are going to identify letter I. Okay, children, look at this picture. What can you see here? There is a letter in the alphabet, okay? What is this letter, children? Tell me. This is capital I, okay? This is the capital letter I, or we can call this as the big letter I, big I. Okay, if not, we can also call this as the uppercase I. Okay, uppercase I. This letter has three words, right? Three names. Okay, so usually we call this letter as the capital letter I. Okay, this is the capital letter I. Okay, now you know the capital letter I. Okay, now let us see the simple letter I. We are going to find out what is simple letter I. Okay, children, look at this picture. What is this letter? This is called the simple letter I. Okay, simple I. Or we can call this as the small I. Or even we can call this as the lowercase I. Okay, simple I, lowercase I, or the small I. Usually we call this letter as the simple letter I. Okay, children. Now you know the capital letter I and the simple letter I. So children, let us see how to write them properly. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to write these letters neatly. Okay, so let us go through the video tutorial. So first let us write capital I. Okay, I'm going to teach the capital I. Children, all you have to do is draw a standing line from top to bottom like this. You have to draw a standing straight line from top to bottom. Okay, once after drawing, you have to draw a sleeping line at the top and a sleeping line at the bottom. Okay, this is how you write the capital I. Okay, now let us write the simple I. You have to draw a standing line starting from the middle part. Okay, right, then you are going to draw a dot at the top. Okay, like this. Now you know how to write capital and simple I. Okay, now we are going to start out with the activities. Here there is a reading session, so I'm going to read it out. Okay, I'm going to read thrice. You have to listen to me carefully, and in my third reading you are going to read along with me. Okay, look and say, look and say, capital I and simple I. There are 5 pictures given here. I'm going to read it out. The first picture is ink. How do you pronounce it? Ink. I-N-K. Ink. And the second picture is ice cream. Ice cream. Okay. What is the third picture? Igloo. Igloo. And the fourth picture is iron. Iron. And the fifth one is ice. Ice. I-C-E. Ice. Okay, children. Now I'm done with my first reading. I'm going to repeat it again. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Okay. Okay. Ink, ink. Ice cream, ice cream. How do you spell that? ICECREAM. Ice cream. Okay, the third picture is igloo, igloo. 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 And what is the fourth one? Is iron, iron. 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 Okay, the final picture is ice, ICE. Ice. Okay, so children, now you know how to pronounce this and you know how to write it. Okay, without spelling errors, you must try to write it correctly. Okay, so the third reading, the final reading, read it aloud with me. Okay, shall we start it out? 1, 2, 3. Ink, ink. Ice cream, ice cream. Igloo, igloo. Iron, iron. Ice, ice. Okay, children, well done. You have read it along with me very nicely. Okay, so let's move on to the next activity. Okay, what is the activity given here? You have to trace out the hidden letter and color the picture. Okay, you have to trace out the hidden letter. Okay, probably the hidden letter is capital I and simple I. Okay, I can see so many capital I and simple I in this picture. You have to find out everything and you have to trace it out. Okay, do it properly. Okay, then you are going to color the picture. First you have to trace out the letters and then only you are going to color it out using your pencil colors. Okay, right children, what can you see in this picture? I can see an ice cream, an ink bottle at the very end, an ink bottle, an ice cream, an igloo. Okay, I can see those in this picture. Okay, so children, you have to do it properly. Okay, do the writing part and then do the coloring part as well. Okay, we have learned some words starting with I. Looking at this picture, what are they? Ice cream, igloo, an ink bottle. Okay, right, those are the pictures. Okay, we can see this overall picture. Right children, let's move on to the next activity. It is a writing part. Okay, write capital I and simple I. Okay, the first one is done for you. Okay, you have to do the rest. Okay, you have to fill the 3 lines by writing capital I and simple I. Okay, they have done one for you. Okay, you have to write it neatly. Okay, take your own time, write it properly. Okay, don't be in a hurry. Okay, you have to write the letters very neatly. Okay, let's move on to the next exercise. Okay, what have they told you here? Yours, this is also a writing part. Okay, you have to write the capital I and the simple I in the boxes. Okay, the first box is filled for you. Okay, they have written the capital I in the first box and the second box they have written the simple I. You have to continue it. Okay, in the first box you have to write the capital I, and children, you are going to write the simple I in the second boxes. Okay, you have to do it very neatly. These are the writing parts. Okay, so you know how to write the capital I and simple I, right? I have taught you all in the very beginning. Okay, how to write them properly. So remember that and write them very neatly. Okay, let's move on to the next activity. Okay children, you have to write the missing letters. Okay, write the missing letters, match the words with the pictures. Okay, you have to do 2 things here. First you have to write the missing letter, then you are going to match the words with the proper pictures. Okay, so what are the pictures given here? In your left hand corner, left hand side, an ink bottle, and some ice cubes. Ice cubes are given. Ink bottle and ice cubes. And in your right side corner, right side, what can you see here? I can see an ice cream, an iron, and also an igloo. Okay, so children, we are familiar with these words. Okay, we have already learned these words: ink bottle, ice cubes, ice cream, iron, igloo. So all these words starts with letter I. So you know what is the missing letter by now? It is letter I. Okay, at the very beginning of this session we have learned 5 words starting with letter I, and we have learned out how to spell them. So children, you know what is the missing letter here. So you have to write it out, then match these words correctly for the pictures. Okay, so children, what is the final activity exercise given in your book? As usual, it is from the picture dictionary part. So the first one, they have drawn an ink bottle and named that it as ink, I-N-K. What you have to do is, in the space given in the empty 3 boxes, you can either draw it and color it, or you can either cut and paste. Okay, you can cut and paste or do the drawing and coloring part with the words starting with letter I. Okay, you have to choose the words starting with letter I. Now you are familiar with them. So children, you have to cut and paste, or you can do the drawing part. Draw and color using the color pencils. Then at the very end, you are going to name it out. Okay, you are going to name the pictures. Okay children, in today's session we have learned so many new things, right? We have identified capital I and simple I. We have learned so many new words starting with letter I, and also we have discussed all the activities given in your writing practice book related with letter I. So children, today's session was very interesting for you. Let us meet in a new lesson. Until then, goodbye students.